And in operant conditioning, the idea is to increase the behavior which creates a positive reinforcement, right, ma'am? In
Yeah,
operant conditioning, the rat is pushed to the behavior where it keeps pressing on the right liver and it ends up getting food. So it understands that by pressing on the right liver, it is going to get food. And that behavior is reinforced by operant conditioning.
yeah. He got to know, the mouse got to know that this got me punishment and this got me reward.
Yeah, it's the same case as that of a child. When
Hmm.
a child gets rewarded, like given something in return of what he does, so the child keeps doing the same thing. If somebody gives him a chocolate for doing something good, he keeps repeating the same thing.
Yeah, yeah, that's the same thing. Okay. Hmm. It's first visible. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that's the conscious, pre-conscious, and unconscious level. And Carl Jung is what is he said? He also tells about conscious, pre-conscious, and unconscious level. But he put these all in different stages. Like in ego, what he added anywhere we are consciously effort on a point, then we get it. Okay, ego are in our real stage. That's the what we actually also study in Freud. He explained the same, that ego is what we are learning or understanding in now, in present. That's the ego. Okay. And next is personal consciousness, personal unconsciousness. These are uh, theory by Carl Jung. We had studied. Okay, we will study. Okay, this is the theory of Carl Jung. Okay. Hmm. Carl Jung theory is the collective unconsciousness. Unconscious. This is the collective unconscious. He believed that human beings are connected to each other and their ancestors through a shared set of experiences. Human beings are connected to each other. How? By a set of experiences. We use this collective consciousness to give meaning to this world. Collective consciousness, a group of informations or experiences are in a collective consciousness level. Okay, like in Freud, we said that many sanskars or memories is fixes in our unconscious, deepest part of brain. Okay, here also they are saying that collective consciousness is a head set of experiences. Okay, Carl Jung was a Swiss psychologist and psychiatrist. His theory base consists of four phases. His theory based on four phases: thinking, feeling, sensation, and intuition. These are the four phases: thinking, feeling, sensing, and intuition. Individual personality is a mixture of these factors. Mixture of these factors. And then he classified personality in two types: extrovert and introvert personality. So in extrovert personality, what is his thinking? Analytic thinking, strategic behavior, uh, planning, and organizer. This type of quality he has in extrovert nature. What he feels, social or sentimental, sensing how it's sensation, how it's sensing the uh, thing from outer environment, practical, down to earth, hands on, cool headed, calm down. And intuition is adventurous, innovative. These are intuition of extrovert. Extroverts are energized by socializing in larger groups of people, having many friends, a talkative behavior, accept changes while seeing or understanding other outer things. These are the extrovert nature, extrovert personality. These two personalities depend on four phases: house is thinking, feeling, sensation, and intuition. Okay, and next is introvert are energized by spending time alone with a smaller group of friends, less risk taking, requires strong motivation to perform anything on philosophy, and do not accept any changes. They need very or more pressure or force or more understanding to accept changes. And here we can also see introvert thinking. Uh, how is their thinking? Contemplative, exploring, theoretical, and independent. They want to independent, doing their work alone, theoretical, and exploring by themselves only. Contemplative, feeling inaccessible, enigmative, reserved, sensing, obsessive nature, detached from expert what is it? Connoisseur. And intuition is idealistic, visionary, esoteric, mystical, aloof. They always want to keep calm and alone. Okay. And they require strong motivation to do any work or any new work. In intuition, idealistic. They are that their intuition is type of idealistic, ideal, visionary, a spatial vision on in there that we will have. I want this, and so this is the complete theory or anything. Introvert type of person is completely understanding by themselves. Okay, their own theory. Obsessive nature. So this is the introvert and extrovert personality according to theory of Carl Jung. It consists four phases: thinking, feeling, sensation, and intuition. Okay, and sensation and intuition. That sensation and intuition is how information gathered and understanding. And thinking and feeling is like how decision made. Anyone, how decision perform. How can they perform their decision? By thinking and feeling. And how they gather information or understanding by sensation and intuition. These are the four phases according to Carl Jung. Okay. So these all four are the mixture of these factors making an individual's personality. Okay.
Now,
You
why
know,
is it called irrational? Because we see that the behavior of an introvert in intuition and sensing is not irrational. I mean, being an idealist or a visionary is not irrational. Why is it categorized under irrational?
irrational and rational, rational and irrational, sensing and intuition lying in irrational, and thinking and feeling lying in rational. Our thinking and feeling make decision, any type of decision. That's why they are put in rational. And sensation and intuition are gathered information and understanding anything. So understanding in our sensing and intuition. That's why it is irrational.
Repeat it, ma'am. What is rational? Thinking and feeling. Why are they rational?
Okay. Thinking and feeling making our decision. Decision making by our thinking and feeling. This makes our decision, and this makes our understanding. Okay. So we understand by our sensing and intuition. That's why they are put in irrational.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Are you getting what I am saying?
Yeah.
So now you tell me that everyone can understand also. Okay. Next is 3 levels of consciousness. It has also given by Carl Jung. Same. 3 levels of consciousness: ego, personal unconscious, and collective unconscious. Okay. Ego is simple conscious level we are living in, carried out daily activities like Freud's conscious. Like Freud's conscious, everything which are carried out in daily routine, that's in ego. The same like Freud. And next is personal unconscious, that thoughts, memories, wishes, or any amount of any memory, impulses that are fed in our mind, like Freud's preconscious and unconscious. Means the deepest memory and the memory which are we forgotten, but whenever we try to learn or memorize, then we can. Okay, that is preconscious. And deepest part of our mind, that is unconscious. So that both are conscious with personal unconscious. Both are making personal unconscious. And last is collective unconsciousness. Collective unconscious is like storehouse of memories inherited from the common ancestors. Carl Jung is talking about ancestors. So what they are saying, the collective unconscious is storehouse of memories inherited from the ancestors of the whole human race. No counterpart in Freud's theory. Freud did not explain collective unconscious. Okay. So collective unconscious means everyone inherited some common, or we can say memories inherited from our common ancestors. From our ancestors that are collective unconscious. And that is it. We had all persons, all humans have some inherited memories, feeling, emotions from our common ancestors. That's it also. Okay. So these are 3 levels of consciousness according to Carl Jung. Okay. And next thing is, he also gave the 3 laws of personality by according to Carl Jung. Law of entropy, law of opposites, and law of equivalence. Law of entropy, always energy moving from high to low. Okay. And law of opposites means we have opposite impulses in human body. We have opposite impulses, positive and negative. And law of equivalence is the amount of psychic energy remains same in every body, in every human body. Okay, one thing is Freud is talking about libido energy. Okay, Freud is talking about libido energy, that it is converted in all five stages. But Carl Jung said this is psychic energy. This is a psychic energy which is present in every human being. Carl Jung believes on psychic energy and Freud's believed in libido energy. Okay, what is these energies? Freud is talking about psychosexual. So libido is like a sexual energy. Okay, so Freud is talking about libido energy. And Carl Jung is saying that this is a psychic energy. Okay, that this is a psychic energy which are present in every human being. So by this he gave three laws. Law of entropy, that in any human being they have psychic energy, and that energy is moving from high to low. And next is we have opposite impulses in our body, positive and negative. No one have complete positive impulses and complete negative impulses. Opposite impulses. And last is equivalent. The amount of psychic energy remains same in every person. That's the psychic energy. Okay. Understanding everyone? So what the Carl Jung had complete gave us all these three levels of consciousness and law of personality, three types of personality, and extrovert and introvert based on four phases. These are okay. Have any doubt in this? Anyone? Okay. So this is the personality development theory. Now we are going to study personality development theory. And we had also studied this psychosexual and psychosocial erection theory. We had studied psychosexual theory is all five parts of Sigmund Freud, and erection psychosocial stages are 8 stages of psychosocial stage of erection. Next is cognitive psychology.
Ma'am, can you go back to the previous slide where you were just showing the personality theories of both of them? Just one slide back. One slide back.
That's the erection psychosocial
Another
stages.
Further back.
That's the Sigmund Freud.
Yeah, this one. Hold on.
Here is 2. There are many personality development theories, but this is most common. These two are most common. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Tomorrow we can take a little revision or test of all what we had studied and what type of questions had asked till now in the UGC NET exam. Okay. So be ready. We are just revise and take the test. Okay.
Excuse ma'am, there is also a personality development theories, 6 personality development theories, psychoanalytic, humanist. These are also comes under.
That's the personality theories, and that's the personality development theory.
Okay.
Yes, that makes our personality, and that's our personality developing. How are they developed? Okay, little difference in both. They are come under development, personality developing. Yes. Like as we moving from stage to stage, our personality is developing. Next is cognitive psychology. we have studied sensation, okay, sensations process, how is it moving, and next is perception. Everyone has their own perception. Whatever any individual look or understand the meaning, they're totally different from others. And that depend on their past experience, understanding, cognitive level, surroundings, and these are the factors influencing perception. How is the perceiver, how is the target and situation. Okay, that's the process. Receiving, selecting, organizing, interpreting, and then last is get the response. Next is attention. Okay, attention is defined as the process of the paying focus on any stimulus. That is the attention. Okay, while we are having a lot of things in front of us, but we are pointing on the say on a thing. That's the attention on a special thing, on a special stimulus. That's the attention. Example, you are standing in the market and have to buy only apples. Then you want to see only apples. So your attention will be grabbed by apples. Okay, this is the attention. Okay, next is type of attention, involuntary attention and voluntary attention. Voluntary attention is we like to focus, point on a thing, on a situation, process. And involuntary attention, we do not want to focus, but again and again, our focus, our attention going as that place. Like we are sitting in a classroom and some other noise is coming from outward. So we do not want to hear this outward noise, but repeatedly our attention go there. This is the involuntary attention, and voluntary is inner control. Okay. Okay. Next is factors influencing attention, and like external factor, nature of stimulus, intensity of stimulus, and size of stimulus. Simply understand that whatever, how many things are present in a environment, the thing which take our attention, these must have some uniqueness. After this, we had some attention on them. If we have so much things, like if we are going to market or we are going in a toy shop, we will like that toy which has some unique quality you had measured. Maybe the color, okay, nature of stimulus, maybe like stimulus attract you to get attention on them, like a beautiful flower. Okay, any type, different size, different color, different quality. Okay, intensity of stimulus. If you are seeing a lot of things, but give attention to on intense stimulus, like two birds, one is high intensity, other is low intensity. So your focus will be go in high intensity. If two toys are same, but one is moving in uh, all around their sphere, and one is only vibrating. So both are different, you can say, and maybe your attention is more grabbed by that toy which is moving around. Okay, size of stimulus. Okay, means everything is depends on the scene which we have in front of you. If they have some unique quality, so that grab your attention more. That's external, and some internal factor also. What's your past experience? What's your interest? What's your motive? What's your mental setup? Okay, if we want to preparation UGC NET JRF exam, so everything related with UGC JRF exam, you that grab your attention. Okay. What's your aim, meaning, a sentinel section, an outer movement of stimulus, attention more, isolation, definite shape of stimulus, repetition, and location. So these are the internal and external factor of attention. Next is learning. Learning is
Ma'am, go
acquisition
back,
of
ma'am.
habit. Yeah.
Madhu, ma'am, just go back.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now this is learning. Learning is complete and acquisition of habit, knowledge, and attitude. Okay. Complete set of, we can say, habits, knowledge, and attitude. This is a progressive behavior. Okay, we know that from birth to death, we have every time we are just learning. Personality behavior modification in learning. What is happened? Our personality, our behavior modification is happening in by learning. Okay, like driving. Okay, it involves new ways of doing things and it operates on an individual attempts to overcome obstacles. Okay, individual attempts to overcome obstacles. What's the main aim of learning is to make new ways of doing things, accepting things, operate things, understanding by learning. Okay, so the types of learning we will study stimulus response learning. Okay, stimulus response learning, what is in it? Things which we get learned from the stimuli present which comes in our environment. So anything present in our environment that we get information and or learning, that's the stimulus response learning. Okay. Like anything we have in our surrounding, in our environment, that grab our attention there and give some information or learning. That's the stimulus response learning. That is perceptual learning. Perceptual is like perception. Okay. We learn the things which comes in our perception. Whatever we, come in our perception, that's the and after that we get that learning. That's known as perceptual learning. Like you are going and looking somewhere, saw a poster, and read and understand it. That you get perception, and then you understand or learning by them. And visual learning, like um, picture or in environment, anywhere, anything you visualize and learn. That is the coming learning, visual learning. Okay, you learn by visualizing anything, or it means you look at on any picture and you just making a story. Okay, maybe this can happen. Maybe this picture is going to sing. Okay. Okay, so shall we move next?
Yes, ma'am.
These are motor learning. Motor learning is like which are performed by us, which will do in physical activity. Grab information, understanding, then physical activity like dancing, swimming, walking, and this type of movement of various parts of body. That is called motor learning. Okay. Problem solving like reasoning, mathematics, planning, organization. These are coming. Problem solving, attitude learning, this type of behavior or emotions we are experienced from outer world that makes our attitude. Okay, how we get attitude learning? What type of behavior others are doing to us? if we are getting unconditional love, support, care, and protection or motivation from outer world, so it makes a attitude, okay, positive attitude, negative attitude. Next is pair associate learning. Pair associate learning is like linking the objects or events to the learning material. It is almost familiar to the content of learning. Pair associate learning means whenever we talk, we learn by make a trick. That's the pair associate learning. If anything which are very hard to learn, then we make a trick that that's known as pair associate. And after that we can learn this. Like periodic table. In periodic table, we always make a trick and then learn that this is that, make some sequence of learning, make a trick. Okay. So that's the pair associate learning. Okay. Shall we move? Anyone have doubts so they can ask?
Yeah, we can move on.
Factors affecting learning. So we know factors affecting learner may be their emotions, their learning experience, their learning method, and the materials presenting or affecting learning, like factors affecting man and material in learning. So these are playing main role in learning. If we have very less textbook and no textbook, no library or voice of teacher, that are playing role in our learning. Factors affecting learners' physical health, mental health, their age, emotions, their understanding level, their cognitive level. That's the learners, how learners affect. Next is factors affecting type of learning experience, nature of learning, type of learning, which the method of are you learning, methodology, amount of learning. You can learn it as a simple one by one inform or making trick. Okay, meaning of material. So these are the factors affecting learning. Okay. What's the ability of learner? What's the type of material? What's the nature of learning? Type of method of learning? That's the factors affecting learning. Okay. Shall we leave?
Yes, ma'am.
Next is memory. Memory is defined as a group of or set of experiences. That is remember or memorize it. What has previously been learned. Whatever, what type of anything which we had studied or learned and fixes in our mind, and whenever we remember, that's memorized. That is memory. Okay. Memory consists in remembering what has previously been learned. That's come in our mind if we memorize or remember. That's the memory. Types of memory. Immediate memory. Immediate memory. Very less time in our brain. And we just got remember. Short-term memory and long-term memory. Okay. Immediate memory, this type of memory exists for very less time in our brain. As we hear or look something, but that are not so much important, or we can say that are too hard to learn. Okay. They are only remain in our brain just for some seconds, that are come under immediate memory. Okay. Short-term memory, these are living or remaining in our brain with more than 1 to 2 minutes, more than. not more than 1 to 2 minutes, or we can say up to 5 or 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay, this type of memory also exists for lesser time in our brain. Okay, means if teacher are um, teach you, okay, taught you, and you cannot learn everything whatever he teach. Okay, that's why you had to make notes every time. Okay, if they are uh, teaching that type of material that you had not listening before, so it makes very harder to learn you or memorize you if you are not making notes. Okay, so and long term memories exist for very much duration in our brain. It may store for several weeks, months, or years. That's a long term memory, also called permanent memory, like name, DOB. You cannot not get forget your what is your name, what's your date of birth. That's the permanent memory. Okay, also known as long term memory. Okay, so after practicing yoga, meditation, dhyan, pranayam, we got which type of memory? Yes, Vijay Kumari ji.
Yes, ma'am.
Aarti ji.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. After practicing asana, pranayam, meditation, dhyan, which type of memory we
Long
can
time
get?
memory. Long time memory.
Very good. Long term memory we can get by the practicing of yoga.
Yoga.
That type of question they can ask in exam by connecting 2 or 3 objects. Next is factors affecting memory, extrinsic or intrinsic factor. Extrinsic factors, meaning of the material, amount of material, distraction, time required to vocalize the response. Okay, these are the extrinsic factors. If we in memory, if means I would like to more prefer in learning anything in Hindi. Okay, so I can memorize also in Hindi because that is more understanding or uh, more understanding by me. So that's the meaning of material, amount of material. If there are too much amount of uh, memorize something, so we it takes time. Okay, or we get very less information if we memorize. Distraction, if at that time we are feeling very or we can say unable to learn or memorize, so very less they are stored in our brain. Okay, so it gives us very less less memory, time required to vocalize response. Words with shorter length are easier to memorize. Yes, very good, है ना? Like shorter words or the short tricks that are more easier to learn because the anything which are taking very less time to memorize, revise, learning, that is more fixed in our brain. Okay, or maybe any uniqueness in them, there maybe we can memorize easily. Okay. Should we move? Yes. Next is intrinsic factors. What's the age, peak age of memorizing any work is 16 to 26. Any work, process, anything. This is the peak age of memorizing. What's the maturity level? What's the will type of you will have your will to learn or not? This is also an intrinsic factor. What's your medical condition? If you have any mental or neurological disorder maybe you are feeling, or you are very less to get memorize interest. Your interest also depends on your memorize intelligence IQ level. Okay, normal IQ level is 90 to 100. Okay, and next is rest and sleep. If you are taking if you are taking rest, complete rest and sleep, then you can memorize. We had studied in last classes that if we get more deep sleep, it makes our brain more uh, immunity boost or immunity strengthen of our brain, or we can get cognitive skill, memory, learning more good. Okay, by deep sleeping. Should we move? Next is these are I mentioned only definition. They had no any types that thinking has, not too much. We just understand that thinking, decision making, problem solving, these are points of our cognitive cognitive psychology. Okay, so we just had to understand the definition that problem solving is like reasoning, planning, analyzing, solving problems, discovering anything, organizing. That's the problem solving. Decision making, it is means interpretation, intellectual. We are using our brain for decision making, selecting a logical choice that we need this, not this. Okay, so this is decision making. Next is thinking. What type of we are thinking? What type, any type of we think is depend on our stored knowledge, stored information, or past experiences. Okay. Next is establish the relationship among various objects in our brain. We establish the relationship between objects and in our mind by the stored knowledge, stored information, understanding. Okay, so that's a simple thinking, decision making, and problem solving. Okay, should we move?
Yes, ma'am.
This is the behaviors. I think time had gone. So tomorrow may be the last class. Okay, or we need two classes. Okay, behavioral psychology we study tomorrow, and next is mental disorders. Okay, I will make it more clear. Okay, I think this is too short. Okay, so tomorrow we will study these. Anyone have doubt till now, so they can ask. Okay, shall we end the class? Yes, Usha ma'am, please start the prayer.
Please sit straight. Your head, neck, and spine